Hello YouTube, I'm back with my Oscar countdown. Starting off the top half of the Oscar poll this year, my number 4, this may surprise some people, because I know this is a lot of people's number 1 film of 2014, but my number 4 is, I was very much debating whether to put this as number 4 or number 3, but, I decided to put this as number 4 and my number 3 as number 3, because I thought number 3 was the more important film, like, much more important of the films, and the film that this cut the number 4 spot. I may have liked this film more than number 3, but I can't deny number 3. I feel is a film that needs to be seen more than this one, and that film is Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. Now, this was a film I saw the trailer for, and I actually got really excited when I saw it. I thought it was such an interesting idea, just like kind of an actor spoofing his life with because the plot of the film, it's about Michael Keaton, who's trying to do a Broadway show that he writes, directs, and stars in, and his problem is that the last time he got any recognition with his career was when he did a series of superhero films called Birdman. And for those who do not know, Michael Keaton, one of his more famous roles is he was the original Batman, like for gritty dark Batman, like not like the campy Adam West Batman. He was the original Batman, and like Batman, the Tim Burton one, and Batman Returns, and I loved him in that. But yeah, after that, Michael Keaton's career did go pretty quiet for a while. He wasn't really around that much. Like he showed up in stuff like I loved him in Toy Story 3 as the voice of Ken. I thought he was hilarious. I loved his appearance in The Other Guys, like when he played the police captain who worked at Bed Bath & Beyond. I thought he was a fantastic in that. And yeah, but he hasn't really been doing much. This is like his first lead. He's the lead of this film. He's the person who carries most of this film, so this was his first major thing in a while, and it's really nice to have him back. And because let's go to the positive films. Number 1 positive, the acting. Yes, this was a great year for the acting. The performances in this movie are fantastic. First off, let's start off with the supporting roles. Emma Stone, I think she's a very, very funny actress. I really like her and stuff I've seen her in. I never seen her done anything that serious before, and I thought she was really great in this film. She like some of her bigger scenes, like when she has like a flip out like at her dad's Michael Keaton. I thought she was fantastic. Like I thought she was amazing, just like because she's supposed to be like she's a recovering drug addict, and she does show just like she does a good job just looking so angry and depressed most of the movie, and I thought she was great. Other supporting roles, Naomi Watts, she was also wonderful, just how insecure she was at some scenes. She would show great insecurities, like especially a scene with her and the other actress, side actress, I can't remember what her name is. Sorry, I haven't seen her in anything else besides this. When they had a scene with each other, it definitely showed how she did a good job at just showing. Naomi Watts did a great job on showing how insecure her character was. So she's great. The side actor that steals the show, though, is Edward Norton. I'm a huge Ed Norton fan, and I love him, and I love him most stuff he does. And he is just wonderful in this movie. He is so inappropriate, so funny, so over the top, and yet he seems such like a real human being, like just an actor who is just so full of himself, but he's an actor that deserves it because he knows he's a great actor, and he is just wonderful. He is just wonderful. He gets some of the best lines of the movie, like one of the best ones just being like, this is like a great scene, like when Michael Keaton's he auditions for the part in the play for Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton just like, okay, don't you need the script? He's like, no, just say it for me. And then he does know Ed Norton does know the line. And Michael's like, how do you know this? Like, I can read your mind. And Edward Norton is so enjoyably insane in this film. He's wonderful. Now here's a thing that I know I'm gonna get a lot of controversy for saying on this. Sorry about that. I actually thought the weakest performance was Michael Keaton, strangely enough. Not to say it's bad, but I think this is the issue in this film. This is such a bombastic, out there movie that I thought Michael Keaton was probably given one of the smaller things. Like, compared to like the other actors, especially like Edward Norton in particular, like he's never gonna have like many gigantic scenes as them. Like he's never gonna see like when there's not that many scenes when he just goes completely all out insane. So that's one of my issues with the film. I honestly thought Michael Keaton, it wasn't really his fault more. I thought just like there needed to be more of like a more insane scene for him to do in the script, because like what kind of how this movie was. So acting's fantastic though from beginning to end. When I say Michael Keaton was the weakest actor, I'm just saying in comparison to how fantastic the acting was. And another major plus of this film, if you walk into this film, I'm sure you've heard of this. The whole film is shot like it's one continuous shot. Now, when I heard about that before I saw this movie, I wasn't sure what they meant by that. Like, how would they accomplish this? Like, does that mean like it kind of just like there's just like the camera's just like in one area mainly, and it just kind of stays there? No, actually, no. The thing, it's interesting. It's what it is. It's actually kind of looks like the camera just always following someone around. Like it'll be like this. Like an actor will come in, like the camera will be following behind them. There'll be another actor in the room with them, and they'll have their scene with each other. And then like one of the other actor who did not enter, but the other one will leave. The camera will turn around and follow them out the room. It is shot in such a way and edited in such a way. It's so unbelievable. It does look like it's one continuous shot. I didn't think it was possible, but it does look like there's never a cut except for two scenes, but that's intentional. And that it always looks like this is just one continuous shot from beginning to end, and that is just such an unbelievable technical feat on this film's part. So that's great. So that is amazing. Other pluses, like I said, acting's great, supporting acting's great, and the script, it's one of those scripts, I do give it a lot of credit, it's one of those scripts, like, you can just take this as a really funny movie, like a really funny, really bizarre comedy from beginning to end. Well, if you really think about it, there is a very, very dark undertone to the entire film, like this whole thing about like insecurity and like wanting to belong, and how like actors how they can become so insecure with their careers because there's just some actors who just can't keep moving with the crowd, and they're just forgotten about, like, and that's like what they kind of tackle with Michael Keaton, and it is a great thing to bring up, because like it just shows like how hard it can be to be an actor sometimes. And so that was great. The script's really great. Then, like I said, though, I did not like this movie as much as some other people, and this is why. Let me get into that right now. Here's the thing. I thought the movie was great as pretty bombastic. There's a few too many scenes I thought went too bombastic, like too out of nowhere, that I just thought, why? Like, I'm laughing, but why is this here? Like one of my favorite things is one of my there's like just like a scene like when like Michael Keaton just kind of like walking down the street in New York, and then like he sees a scene which you assume was like an action scene from one of his Birdman movies, and I was just like, yeah, this is funny and all. I shouldn't even think it was that funny. I thought but the dialogue was much funnier than the actual that scene was. I was like, but why is that there? Then yeah. So that like I said, it gets too bombastic in some parts. My other this is not a negative. I heard a lot of film critics got really angry with one scene in this movie. There is a film critic in this movie who basically just says, believe me, film critics are not like this, who basically just goes, Michael Keaton just saying, well, will you see my play? Like, are you gonna, like, write a review? And she's just like, she's a professional film critic for the New York Times. She's, like, drinking alcohol, just saying, like, even if this is the best play ever, I'm going to rip this play apart for every single limb by limb and destroy your career. I was like, okay, film critics are not like this. Like, this annoyed me. I'm not a film critic. Well, I'm doing a review, but I'm not professional anyway. I mean, look how shitty my quality is. No, but, like, I can understand, like, why some film critics or people who like to defend film critics could be offended by that, so just know that. And, yeah, so, but like I said, though, so, pluses and minuses. Great acting, really interesting, really good plot with funny plot with dark undertones, unbelievable cinematography and editing. I mean, these were the guys who did Gravity last year, and I'm officially calling these guys the greatest editors and cinematographers of all time because, like, Gravity, that film made me believe at some points that Sandra Bullock and George Clooney were weightless and floating in space. This film made me believe sometimes this was all being done on one continuous shot, but even though, like, for both it wasn't, but unbelievable. And those are such great highs. My only minor complaints were, one, it was a bit too bombastic for me, and it was just a bit too bombastic for me. Like, and I thought Michael Keaton should have like been given a few more big scenes, like. Because there are scenes like when he's with some of the side actors, and like he's trying to do something big, but the side actors are like some scenes with Ed Norton's like Ed Norton's just swallowing the seat, taking the scene for himself, and there's nothing left for Keaton. So that's only my minor complaints. But it's well worth a watch. Definitely go see it. I give Birdman a solid 4.5 out of 5. It is a fantastic movie. Go see it. Go rent it. Go buy it. It's worth it. Till next time, YouTube. Gonna be back with number 3. Please subscribe. See you then.